And next question is, I'm gonna maybe put this down here. Next question is from Abysmal. If you were to use your veto power to choose fun feature that you really wanted to work on post-splitting as a way to manage stress, what would that feature be? Why not just put up a vote of your top 3 things you wanted to work on that don't need tons of prerequisites and invisible background systems to work, so that you can keep momentum going after big release, but without having to rework existing stuff for a while. So there's like 2 parts to this. I'm gonna like focus like on the vote part first, because the vote part is actually like the simplest way to put it, it takes the fun out of it. Because like now I don't get to choose, I lose kind of like, agency over like, what I want to work on. And I have to like, I have to figure out like what should I put in the vote, like what like, kind of like needs to be done. And then like, I kind of leave it like to you to choose. Which, it makes it non-fun because now it needs to be worked on. Oftentimes like when I work on fun stuff, I just want to start like working on it. And I oftentimes start working on it before I even start telling people I'm working on it, because I don't like knowing, like once people know this is being worked on, it kind of creates a lot of pressure on it, and it literally makes it not fun anymore. So, that's kind of self-contradictory. There's a few things like for example, like when I like worked like on the Gaussian splits, I would literally just do that, like would start like hacking away at it, like at the like a Christmas party and so on. Around that time, and I was just like I wanna like mess with this for a bit, and I don't want like I don't want like millions of comments like about this and that and this and that and this and that, because it does suck a lot of the. It does take a lot of the fun out of it when you just want to like experiment and explore. There's like a few things. One that's like related. Let me actually look at my board. It depends like whether you want like big feature or small feature. But like one that like is related to the splitting, I would like really like to do the Resonite overlay, because like that's like one interesting application I wanted to explore, and I think it could change a lot how like how people think about Resonite and how they like use it. Like we could literally like change the game for a lot of ways and open up like tons of new possibilities, and I'm kind of excited about that one. So that's probably something I would really want to work on. But let me check what other stuff I have there, because maybe I could have some other stuff. It's usually like once like when I'm focusing on something big, I'm like displays the stuff from my brain. So sometimes I'm like, eh. Oh, there's actually one. So one thing I would like to do is like do sort of like after splitting is done, do sort of like a victory lap for some of the stuff, like for example photon dust or audio, add a bunch of new features to it. One I kind of wanted to do for photon dust is add like a bunch of modules and other stuff like sticky particles, so it can be like blow bubbles and have the bubbles actually stick to stuff. So I think that could be kind of fun to work on.
Yes please, yes please, yes please.
Yeah, that one could be fun. Maybe do like a polygon triangulation, so I could do stuff like 3D text, like that has like procedural meshes. That could be fun to work on. Yeah, there's a few. There's like some smaller things. The bigger one would be like the overlay right now. I'd kind of want to do like the DSP for Froox, but it's like there's a few. But there's like a bigger one. But yeah, like that's kind of the answer. But if it's like comes to like fun features, it pretty much won't be a poll. Right now, like I'm not sure if like if we're even gonna do a poll for the actual kind of feature. So we'll see. Like this kind of decision to do like make like later, but like not ready to make the decision yet.